Welcome back, everybody. Protobro here, infamous brother to Mega Bro. Continuing on with the Confederacy Let's Play for AGEOD Civil War 2. We're going to do things a little opposite here. We're going to go from east to west this time in terms of the different moves that we'll be doing, but let's go over the actions that happened, the messages. Let's see here. Anything of note? Our units in the field received a total of 4 replacements for our reserves. We did get new division generals in Wayne. What does IT stand for? Oh, I should know this. I should know this. Anyways. Okay, let's see. We got yep, Wender joined Price. Price is only 11 days from Springfield, by the way. These are a bunch of forts we took. Got supplies and ammo. I'm gonna burn it anyways. Alright, bunch of stuff took the field. Alright, so the Union has decided to build new armories in New England and new armories in the Middle States. By the way, for those of you who play multiplayer or are interested in doing it, which I will be doing, by the way, following these messages is really important. So if you see the Union's doing things like this, that's money and war supply that's not going into troops, which would give you some indication that then perhaps they're not going all in really early and they're thinking more long term. Alright, all states are mobilizing their militia throughout the Confederacy. We got Seams taking command of the CSA Sumter to raid Union shipping that was out here. I'm moving him back so I can restructure that. And then let's see, anything else of note before we proceed? Okay, U.S. captured Parkersburg in Ohio, West Virginia. Alright, so that's about it that happened that turn. We are going to go east from west. Okay, so a lot of movement. Let me just sum it up this way. We're reinforcing Beauregard with a few troops that we got this turn. We did get the South Carolinian Department up here, so we're going to bring them up. A few here at Culpeper, because again, I'm a Fredericksburg, and Culpeper is my second line of defense. But then after that, I'm going to send the rest of them to Beauregard. I'm also sending Magruder. I think it was Magruder. Nope, I put Magruder in with here. I'm sending troops up to Harper's Ferry to support the Shenandoah force, which is only 448 power at the moment. And then I put Armistead's regiment here, or brigade rather, in with that. Again, I don't focus too much early game on the command point penalty because there's really, quite frankly, not a whole lot you can do about it. Now, the conditions out here are muddy. So it's taking this guy. I was going to move him on Lewisburg right now, but it's just going to take him so long to get there. So I'm going to wait a turn and then do it, because if I go like that, it's going to take 22 days. That's just craziness. So we're going to hold off doing that. He does only have 5% command point penalty, which is nice. Taking Floyd, send him down here because this guy's worthless. As you can see, he's absolutely no charisma. -5 cohesion, -25 to cohesion recovery. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, but definitely not use him for fighting. So, because I took him out, though, I am now at 20% command point penalty instead of the 10. So, I'm going to have to rectify that basically by taking these guys. Once I take Lewisburg, I'll move them up there, hopefully in time to help deal with any kind of assault they might be under. I'm building a depot here. I do have troops on the way along the rail line that should arrive in about 11 days. So hopefully that's before whatever this guy is, because I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's going for Lewisburg or if he's going for here, but I do have 2 supply trains here, so a little concerning. He was going up, and now he's going back, because I do not want to get caught. Actually, I'm putting him further back than I want. There we go, okay. So that's basically the East in a nutshell. Not a whole lot going on just yet. The East, I'm still burning those forts. Those should be done shortly, and then we can move on with 2 bigger and better things. And then finally, I've got Price moving up on Springfield. I'm going to move Shelby's over here to burn this fort. Got this guy coming over here to burn this fort. And then I've got Thompson here to burn this fort. And then I'm burning that one. So lots of burning going on. I do have a little bit of a force that I'm using to transport. So let me show you that real quick. Memphis Squadron. So this guy, by the way, he was one we got at Norfolk. We're taking these 2 units and supply up to New Madrid, and then we'll move them forward to Charleston to protect this area, because we do want to, if we are able to move north in the central theater, Charleston's going to be our launching off point to do that. So that's where we're going to do that. And that about wraps it up for that move. Let's hit the turn and see what happens. Oh, and then the reason why my war supply is so low is that we're building more river pool. I do want to do more of this, but we're building the river pool right now. So, and here's the units that we're currently building. And we'll go from there. As you can see, war supply is a major concern as a Confederacy. Well, quite frankly, everything is, but war supply seems to be the one that limits your strategic decision making. Like, it'd be great to be able to boatload of ironclads like you can with the Union, but you can't do that with the Confederacy. Notice here too, by the way, see, it flipped away. I was going to point something out, but now I'm not going to do it. Here we are. We're back here. Did it again. Whoa, what's going on here? Port line, okay. They moved forward to Alexandria, perhaps as a prelude to attack. I want to say July 8th was the date of First Manassas, so we're kind of coming up on that. By the way, I got cavalry over here. That's in Western Virginia. I'm going to try and tear up the rail line over there. He's definitely loading up troops over there. Lots and lots of troops coming in. Alright, so he's got 2,000 power. Wow. Okay then. You guys are still being built, so... well, we'll figure out what to do there, but let's, Guys heading up to Harper's Ferry. That's my Carolina department. What I'm looking at here is, you know, if he wants to load everything up there, maybe I should take advantage of this rail line and push into Morgantown. Take that. Might be a little over aggressive, I don't know. Getting supply from Fairmont. I don't know. It's something we'll look at. We'll see what we can do there. He must have gotten installed because he didn't move anywhere. Now I got Magruder here. Floyd needs to go far, far away. What's his seniority? 73. His seniority is 3, so actually I think Floyd would work under him. So this ability applies to leaders in the commando stack. So he's not. So actually this works out. This gives us our 4/4 that we needed without suffering any kind of impact from his negative modifiers. How's the weather? Not muddy anymore. Beautiful. Alright, let's push. 12 days. All out attack. I want that town. Got militia here. They're gonna hang out. I want them to fortify the region around town, though, not actual town. Alright, so I don't know. It's it may be worth fighting it out for a while up here. I have no illusions that I can ultimately hold it, but perhaps I can make their life pretty miserable. And by doing that, it means less resources coming over here to the Eastern Front, or going the other way. Let's look at the messages really quick. Okay, Lincoln calls for volunteers. To augment the reduced Northern Regular Army, President Lincoln asked the governors of the loyal states for 75,000 militia. This call for militia to suppress the rebellion was angrily and promptly rejected by the 8 slave states still in the Union. Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Arkansas immediately joined the Confederacy. So that's important, by the way. Very controversial decision. Some people said, hey, Lincoln didn't have a choice. Other people said that's the reason why the Civil War really went on the way it did, is because Lincoln did that, and it gave the message to the other states that had not seceded yet that we're going to invade you. I'm not going to get into it here, but that's interesting. Okay. Alright, so the CSS Arkansas Ironclad, Mississippi Ironclad, and Tennessee Ironclad are all being built. Very cool. That great comet thing's kind of silly. I don't click that. Okay, we can increase our rail pool again. Our river transports went up. So by the way, this is always red. We don't want it red. So for the river pool, your railroad supply is very limited. You need a minimum of 22 points for average. So we are almost like less than half that, or a little more than half that. And then our railroad, so our railroad we need 92 for average. Gotcha. So we're actually kind of close to both of those. So, alright, so Congress authorizes pay for volunteers. Congress sees that the number of free volunteers dwindles and therefore authorizes the government and military to offer an enlistment premium. Okay. We got 497 big ones. Military options available. Union decided to support building new armories. God, man, he's built a lot of armories. Our ironworks have begun construction. Polk is awaiting a new command. Okay, where's he at? So here's our homeboy, Polk. He's a 2-star. He's got 4 strategies, 0 offense, 1 defense. Doesn't look like he has any special attributes, though. Nope. Alright, well, that 4 strategy could go into play for a corps commander later on or something like that. Some of your ships made on smuggled cotton. Beautiful. Okay, got another 50 from that. Cool. Cool. Alright, our merchant raiders sunk merchant ships worth 2 money and 2 war supply. Okay. I always go back and forth on this. I'm like, do we want to like smuggle out stuff or do we want to raid? And from what I understand, you don't really get a whole lot of bonus from raiding, so he's not going to be in command. I did hear that it's actually good to have at least 1 brig as a kind of like a scout. Though right now I don't really need a scout, so let's put it there. Why is it? Because I'm gonna have 2 brigs in this unit. Why don't I only have 1? Okay, so currently in reserve. Requested. Here, I'm curious to see how I want to play this out. So we have 4 hits are missing. All right, I'm gonna do that. I want to test this out. So you get to see me testing in action. How exciting is that? So this one needs a replacement. So let's put him with some just for now. We're going to take him out, go back out, and run the blockade. So evade combat. Combat penalty would do defensive. And retreat if engaged. Okay, so evade, retreat if engaged. Let's see what we can do with that. Alright, so anything else that's going on? I don't think so. Finish a depot. Capture more forts. Alright, cool. Alright, I want to figure out where that fight was at. Yeah, I know that. Okay. Alright, so with that, let me do some moves. We'll come back. Thanks, everybody. Alright, welcome back, everybody. So I just want to give you a quick look at the battle map here. So these are all the active units. These are the ones that we can actually activate, although not all of them we're actually using. So here's New Orleans. Here's Missouri. Here's his defensive, I guess, I don't know if defensive or just building troops, but that's what he's got there. This is the Mississippi. And then this is the Eastern Theater. And then if you take away these, so these are all active ones. This includes all the hidden ones too. So there you just a quick look. I don't know if this helps anybody at all, but there you go. So let me just do east to west or west to east here. I've kind of given up, you know, I toyed with the idea of pushing up here, but quite frankly, really, I think he's got, yeah, look at that, 12-pounder, 6-pounder, a brigade. Our supply just does not allow us to do that right now, and I'd rather not invest a whole bunch of troops to push up here. But at some point, it may be worthwhile to get up to Southern California here, where you can build basically a naval force if you want to go after California, which is a very large, or San Francisco, which is a very large city. So who knows? Perhaps in some point in the future, we'll go for that. Burn the fort here. So now we are moving over to this one here to try and take that one out. He did battle us over here at Fort Lyon, so we're going to have to pull back for now. Although I may go back and try and get that because I think it's really important to take out Fort Lyon. So I'm going to try to take out all these other forts though. That's my goal with those rangers. Then over here, same thing. Burn, burn, and burn. I have my horse artillery come from here to support Thompson. I'm going to make him kind of my cavalry, my counter cavalry. So any cavalry the Union uses, I'm going to use him to try and swat them away. I'm not quite sure what this guy is, but he is between Fayetteville and Springfield. But now we have Price in Springfield, so at least for the time being, it's secure. Although we're going to have to swoop him out there because he's going to be our supply line for our supply wagons. He has not moved on Jefferson City yet. The Army of the West is now active. I'm moving them here to Napoleon because what I'm going to do is I'm moving a number of my transports this turn to here, rally up, and then transport him north. So Polk is also on the field. I'm going to put him in charge of this 110 powered unit, which can be 120 if led by a commander. They got Charleston this turn, which sucks. We're going to have to fight for it to get it back. But we're going to take troops and push in there pretty quick. I don't want to give him an opportunity to fortify this position or hold it down because that kind of foils our plans a little bit in terms of what we'd like to do. I do have, yeah, this unit here, but I'm going to put Polk in charge and then we'll see. I don't think he has artillery. He does not. No artillery over here, so that's a little bit of a damper, but it is what it is. Let's go over here real quick. The mud is gone, so I'm moving Johnson on this guy to sweep him out of there. I've got Huger with a cavalry and infantry moving on Leesburg. It looks like the threat is passed in terms of him getting my supply wagons. I now have a supply depot here. I'm going to use this as my supply point to Clarksburg. Although Lewisburg would probably be better for that, but we'll see. We'll see if I can build one here and then just use that to push forward. He's already kind of run a little bit low in supplies, so I'm going to have to move pretty quick. That's the problem with trying to hold Clarksburg, is it just can't stay in supply for all that long. I'm going to see how things develop this next turn before I decide what to do with the force at Harper's Ferry. I could bring them over to attack Morgantown, but I just don't think I have the force to do it. I'd have to cross a river there. That's a long ride, and then he's got pretty much an equally sized force, and I just don't think I could take him, hitting him from both sides with him and with Johnson, so we'll see. I suspect he's going to make a move on Manassas because he does have twice the force I have now. I'm trying to take my Carolina force and merge it. I've got a 1 day, so I can reinforce Beauregard with that. But that's about all the reinforcements I can provide right now. I suppose I could take one of these guys, maybe Stonewall? How long does it would take me to reinforce him? 8 days. So let's do that for now, see how that works. And maybe he can reinforce before the battle begins. So with that, let us simulate the turn. Oh, and I always forget this part. Alright, so we're putting resources into rail pool. Notice I did it perfectly. 0 war supply. Increasing rail pool, and then we also did a premium for volunteers. So entice men to join the ranks of the Army and the Navy. This recruitment campaign might be more successful if volunteers get a premium. In practice, the more you pay the volunteers, the more they will come. But if your situation is good and your morale is high, you may waste money on a high premium as volunteers would flock anyways. So our morale is actually down to 99, which 100 is the average. I'm not sure why it's going down 1, but that sucks. So we're offering $1. I could do it for free, but we're offering $1. We'll see if we get more conscripts to join our ranks. And with that, let's proceed with the turn. So we're able to reinforce Beauregard. Still kind of hovering around Jefferson City there. It's like he wants to take it, but he's not quite sure whether he should attack. Which, hey, works out for us because we need the time in Missouri to build up our forces. So, all right. So it looks like Stonewall joined Beauregard. Or no, that was the South Carolinian, never mind. Stonewall's still on the way. 2 days to go. Okay, so he did not attack over at Manassas. He's just building up more forces. He's got 2,300, so I'm just going to stay with the 15. I think it's... I'm comfortable with that. I mean, granted, I wish it was equal, but I'm good with that. I'm going to build military control here. So we got to 100 now. Good. And I think this is 90. We'll put him there. I wonder if I can take Frederickstown with my cavalry. That would be kind of funny. Put him on defensive posture. Retreat if engaged. See if we can take that. See if it freaks him out a little bit. Okay, so we pushed forward. He kind of fled out. Oh, he's got a 238 army right here. Huh. Okay, so let's do this. Get the wagon trains out of there. I don't know why it's called Wise Legion. It should be called Johnson. Let's do that. There we go. B. Johnson's force. So we're what, here? Let's go here. Let's join up these guys. They're there. Defensive posture. Bend and retreat. I want to do that. Alright, so we'll combine those guys. Here's some more supply. Either 11 days, right? Let's put him over there. Yeah, 12 days. That works out. I feel comfortable with... well, you know, we've got a little bit less of a force than he does. I don't know. I'm going to think that through. Let's go through all the any messages that happened here real quick. Okay, we offered a small enlistment premium to attract new volunteers. Orders have been dispatched throughout the nation and papers posted in most public places. Okay. Tennessee elections. The Tennessee secession ordinance called for the election of congressmen to be held on the same day as the previously scheduled USA congressional elections. On the first Thursday of August, the voters went to the polls to choose congressmen for either Richmond or Washington. In the 4 eastern districts, the victors took their seats in the USA Congress. In the rest of the state, the 7 victors took their seats in the CSA Congress. Surprisingly, the losers acknowledged defeat and declined to take the vacant seats in Richmond or Washington. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know what this is all about. Alright, anything else of note? Shelby has engaged forces. Did he blow up the rail? Destroy the fort, dude. No, why are we retreating? That's fine. Oh, we got a garrison here. Okay. That's fine. Delays him. That's all I care about. That is destroyed. So... put those 2 guys together, see what we can get. Be 2 cavalry and a horse artillery. I like it. Gonna blow that up. This is gone. Very nice. Figure out what to do with him next. Probably take that over. Although this is... these guys are basically like light infantry on horseback, so don't want to rely on them too much. Okay, so not a whole lot of messages going on, so I'm gonna make my moves, show you some of the preview here. So as you can see here, he's got Lion moving across, he's got cavalry and some artillery. I'm not sure if he's gonna make a move on Jefferson or not. We've got 2 entrenchment, so if he does, that's fine. I'm willing to hold on to that as long as I can. And we'll figure out what to do with Price. Probably just a defensive war on this side. The aggression's going to really come over here. So like with Polk, actually we're going to move on this right now, even though I don't have artillery. All out attack, I want that now. He'll have 2 supplied. I only need 1. So he's going to go all out attack. But there's really a difference here. We'll just do sustained attack and see what happens. Okay, so let me make the moves and we'll come back. Oh, hey, we got a new army too. Nashville Force, beautiful. Let me put them in Humboldt by rail. I'm going to build a supply depot there, and then we'll press forward. You know, honestly, I probably don't even need a supply depot from him. Anyways, alright, so let me do the moves and I'll come back. Okay, I'm going to do things a little bit backwards right now. I'm going to go with the decisions mode. We built Telegraph in Montgomery, and then we are further developing this little area between Fayetteville and Springfield, and also building a road. Again, the purpose being I'm trying to ensure that proper supply gets up to Springfield. Even though it's going to be a defensive area, I still want to make sure I can hold it. And then I also have development going on in Springfield as well. So I'm kind of all in them here. No, I'm not screwing around up there. I definitely want to be all in. So other things I'm doing here, for some reason, got this guy here. He's chilling on top of that fort, but it won't let me destroy it. So I might have to wait a turn to do that. But we are destroying some other forts up here. We'll probably a little bit later in the video or the Let's Play, we'll go back and evaluate what forts are being destroyed. We did take this one, so I don't know if this guy, once he's maybe once he's ready to go, maybe I can destroy it. I'm going to move Shelby back here. I'm going to move Thompson up here, combine them, and then push back up and see if I can't take these forts out. Destroying this one, we destroyed this one. Bring him up to get some military control since we only have 25% there. Hold pat with Price until I can figure out kind of where the attack is going to come from over here. I'm going to attack with Polk up here, up into Scott, Missouri, with the intent being ultimately to go here, here, and then take this area, Cairo, and then move up and hopefully take Salem. We'll see. I do have the Nashville force moving over to Memphis. This is the Nashville force, a very nice looking force indeed. This guy did not get an activation roll, so he ended up just sitting in Little Rock. Pretty annoying. So I have him rendezvousing with the Navy once, or actually I have the Navy going over to rendezvous with him to make sure this time he actually goes somewhere. So that's a little frustrating because it pushes me back a little bit. I do feel like I'm up against the clock up here because at some point he's going to get Grant and some other reinforcements up in this area, and I may lose my window of opportunity to take Cairo, so that's a little frustrating. Over here on the Eastern Front with North Carolina, I'm merging Johnston, or was this Johnson, and Huger together. Hopefully I can do that before Patterson hits me. I also have a supply train moving up. It's a good position for Patterson to be in. It's a good position for the computer to do. My concern up here is that he is losing supplies pretty quick. As you can see here, he uses 18 a turn, he only has 36. So in a couple turns, he's going to start losing cohesion. I have this supply train going out because it's pretty much empty. I have another one coming in. So hopefully that'll reinvigorate his cohesion, at least for now, or at least his supply that'll go to his cohesion until I can figure out what to do with Patterson. And with that, that's pretty much everything that's happened this turn, moves and so forth. So let's simulate the turn. I don't think I spent, yeah, I didn't spend any resources on that. I did, though, go and build some more 6-pound artillery. Why, Protobro, would you build 6-pound artillery? They're the weakest artillery in the game. One, they're cheap. And two, if used correctly, they're actually pretty effective. What I mean by that is I'm going to place them behind the rivers here. So at Culpeper, at Spotsylvania, and other select defensive sites. Fully entrenched behind a river, 6-pounders are amazing. And they're super cheap, so that's why I'm going with them. He's got a massive force at Fairfax, Virginia. And he keeps reinforcing more. If I had the numbers, I would use my Harper's Ferry force to do some damage, but I just don't have the numbers right now. So he was getting bigger, now he's getting smaller. Very interesting. Kind of curious to see where he's headed. By the way, I'm moving my cavalry forward to Frederick to see if I can just take that. I'm not going to do anything with it, it's just to freak him out. Since currently it's completely undefended. Okay, so he's got 143 force moving on Price, who's got about 180 something. Okay, so some firing. Alright, so he attacked at Harper's Ferry. Let's see what happens. Confederate defeat. Okay, so he lost a lot more. We fall back? What happened there? Alright, we'll evaluate this after the turn completes. A little curious what happened there. Yeah, it's fine. It's historically accurate. All right, so we took Columbus. We'll dissect that Battle of Manassas here momentarily. Okay, so he attacked me, so it's good we fell back. Again, we will dissect that. Alright, so let me pause here to evaluate, and I'll come back and we will dissect those battles and figure out what exactly happened.